month. So I wish you all the best, and I wish you have a wonderful time with that. Um, One of the main message I'm sensing here is I feel like for a lot of you, you have some people from your past, and I feel specifically with exes, people that you've cut out from your life, even potentially family members. I do sense if it's a family member, they might be coming in to ask for financial assistance, okay? And I know that it's not a good time to do that because, it's your birthday time, but I feel like they don't know, they just don't, they don't think, and it's inconsiderate. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're closing doors on those things for good because you feel like, it's my birthday time. Are you aware of what you're asking me? So you just won't give them the time of day. Others of you, I feel like if it's a past romantic interest, they're coming through and you're also closing some doors, mainly because your life is looking very good right now. I feel a lot of good financial transactions happening for you, especially for those of you who are self-employed. I also feel like just a lot of good energy, like new friendships are coming through as well. New opportunities to branch out, network as well. Okay, so I see like a lot of meetings, a lot of potentially. I'm almost feeling like I'm almost feeling like negotiations when it comes to home environment. So you might be on the market for a new home, but I do see a lot of contacts, like people coming through for new group associations. And I feel like a lot of these might be professional group associations. Either way, your world is opening up, and you're starting to realize that whatever you left behind in the past, it wasn't big enough for you. Like the opportunities for growth, for expansion was not good enough for you. But you're still getting contact from that, either that person or even that former job. And you're at a point where you're a little bit kind of upset that they came in at this time when your life is so much better that you just won't give it the time of day. Okay. What I'm also feeling as well is you have quite a few, good opportunities when it comes to love. It's more of like a light-hearted affair, though. I don't feel like it's a long-standing, major relationship where you feel like, oh, this is the one. I feel like more lighted affairs that can develop into something more. But at this point, a lot of you are, well, you're looking for stability for sure. You're looking for something more real and more long term. You have a lot of offers coming through as well, and you are trying to play the field, I guess, not in a bad way, but you are trying to play the field. And I definitely feel that things will be good, very good on the romantic front. And things tend to always be good on the romantic front when the sun is in our constellation. And that's what's happening for you right now. And I believe it's the beginning of the month when Venus or Mars, I can't remember, one of the inner planets is going to be in your sign, which gives you extra potent power of attraction, okay? Where like you are going to attract a lot of people, and it's just the energy of the cosmos, and it comes in very strongly around our birthday time, and it comes in as well with manifestation powers. So you really want to, be deliberate and directed with your energy to achieve and attract the things that you want, okay? So let's talk about this spread here. First of all, there is a water sign in your midst. So this is, I feel like this is more of an energy, but the water sign shows up twice here. So let's just talk about this person. So there's a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay? Sun, moon, or rising, and this can be male or female. And what I'm feeling is, for a lot of you, this person, you have a very strong emotional connection with this person, and they know how to push your buttons. So I feel like you are emotionally destabilized as a result of your interaction with this person. And I also feel as well that sometimes they it's kind of like the puppeteer. They know the right thing to say to get you to do exactly what they want. I feel like it's the puppeteer. It's like somebody that can be emotionally manipulative. At their best, they can be very warm, nurturing, loving. They know how to love unconditionally, and they are very, very good at sacrificing for the people that they love. So this, it can also indicate like a maternal figure as well. So I definitely feel that somebody is requiring some help. They need some help from you, or I feel that they just know how to push your buttons to get you to do what they want, okay? So I feel like you're feeling a little bit destabilized as a result, and you're also in a position where you feel like you're under their control. So somebody has a great they have a great presence about them. So you feel as if you're under their spell, almost like you're under their spell. It can be somebody who's highly psychic and very intuitive as well. So a lot of you might be consulting somebody like a tarot reader, a psychic, a medium, to get some type of a spiritual grounding or some type of spiritual answers or some clarity on a certain situation that has you like shuffling back and forth, like, is it like this? Is it like that? So there is a situation around you that you are very, very confused about. And you're trying to get clarity, and you're trying to get clarity from someone who is potentially very clairvoyant. Um, at the same time, if you're not dealing with that specific situation, you're dealing with someone that knows how to push your buttons, that knows how to manipulate you for good or bad. Okay, they know how to what to say, what to do to get you to do exactly what they want. So it's I don't feel it's a positive energy, but I do sense that at their best they can pull you to very, very great heights. They can inspire you. They can give you a lot of emotional support. But at their worst, they can be jealous and, manipulative. In terms of the work environment and in terms of the housing situation, you have the Six of Pentacles as well as the Hierophant. So there's definitely some type of a financial assistance handout, either coming from you to members of your family or from members of your family to you. I feel like it's from you to members of your family. You might have to ask somebody, like a relative, to take care of your children for a few days. You might have to like ask for financial assistance, but I do feel family members, family obligations, possibly elderly parents, and I feel like more of a mother vibe, mother, father, or yeah, maternal, paternal vibes, or even like elderly people like uncles, grandparents, and things like that. There might be a situation where you have to sacrifice in order to take care of elderly parents, okay? There might, honestly, I feel like a lot of family gatherings, and I feel like it might not be in under the best circumstances, where there is money that needs to be given out to either one or the other party, either coming in from you or coming out from you. So it seems to me like this is a very heavy month when it comes to family obligations, okay? And it seems to me like it can deal with your immediate family or the in-laws. I feel that in-laws being a major source of contention and frustration as well. So you feel like you might be a little bit picked on. So that's what I'm sensing here when it comes to in-laws. It can be a little bit annoying, but I do sense that don't go to family functions if you're no longer attached to the other person. I don't feel this is a situation that you need to be in. I feel like a lot of you are conforming, or a lot of you are doing it out of a sense of obligation. And I don't even feel it's obligation. I feel like you're doing it because, for example, you don't have a great relationship with them, and you might be trying to repair a rift, and then it causes more stress, more strain for you. So if that sounds familiar, just, don't put yourself in that situation. But I also understand it is your birthday time, so you're obligated to do a few things, to have like to attend social functions, even though your heart's not in it. A lot of it has to do with the professional front as well. So, like somebody throwing a birthday party or some type of gathering at work, and you feel like you have to be there out of courtesy. So that there's like basically it's social pressure forcing you to conform. Social pressure forcing you to conform, especially in the work environment, okay? And I feel that you know ways to get yourself out of this situation, or if you must go, come early, leave early. rather than be the last person to stay, because I feel like that's when when people over drink, or when the alcohol starts flowing, then it becomes people are less censored, and that creates opportunities for conflict. Okay, so that's how you deal with that situation. But I see like some family members potentially coming back in needing help. So in terms of the dating front, I feel like for those of you who are newly single, you could be celebrating, or you could even be like dealing with a water sign. So once again, this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And I feel the Three of Cups is a very, very good social dating card. It's also, I see mother and father. So a lot of you, you're meeting your match for this month. You're meeting your match. We have the king and the queen show up, and that's usually a very, very good pair. You have a very strong emotional, it's almost like a karmic bond, like a soulmate type of a connection with another person. And I do feel that this person and you will have an opportunity to go on a date, to like physically be in the present moment with one another. And as a result of it, I feel that you will actually be very, very happy with this kindred spirit. Okay, keep in mind, soulmate connections are not supposed to last a lifetime, and when they do, they're very harmonious, but they also bring about a lot of challenges that force us to grow. So they're not like completely completely like trouble free. Okay, there's a lot of learning that needs to happen from both parties. I honestly feel that one of you might be attached, okay? Because we have the Three of Cups, which indicate more like a third party, and the King of Cups. So there is somebody in your midst that you feel is like your kindred soul, is the person that you are meant or destined to be with. But I feel like you might be married, they might be married. There is like a cord of attachment um, associated with either you or them that's preventing the situation from getting off the ground, okay? So I feel like if you are dealing with somebody who is potentially in a marriage situation or attached to somebody else, you might really care about them. You might really want to be with them because you feel this tangible bond between the two of you, where you might like have dreams about them, where you might like, heavily fantasize about them. But I feel like you're distracting yourself dating other people, and the other people, like I said, they're options. They're just, very minor characters in the greater I guess like performance here. So they're not really meeting all your expectations because you put this person on a pedestal. You feel like this is the kindred soul. So I feel a lot of social dating, but I do feel like for a lot of you, this water sign or this person that has these qualities, where you feel this very strong karmic tie with them, you haven't dated them yet, but I feel like there's third parties interfering, or you're dating, socially dating, you're trying to date, but this person is like preoccupying your thoughts in your mind, okay? It could be male or female as well. It doesn't have to be a male. Now, in terms of your dream state, so I mentioned earlier having dreams about a kindred spirit, okay? So the Six of Cups does indicate a situation where we have a past life connection with another person, and it brings about a very strong soul connection. So there's a lot of of like recognition when even when you first meet. So I feel like this is a very serendipitous month for a lot of you, where you have a lot of past life like flashbacks coming through from your dreams. You also have a lot of divine like messages coming through to for you in your dream state. So it's really important for you to get enough rest, okay? What I'm also feeling is that for those of you who have children, there's a lot of concerns over children, either health issues or them having nightmares is what I'm feeling. So just keep them by your side, or stay. I feel like a lot of you might be losing sleep mainly because you're concerned over a child. And especially for those of you who have like I feel like getting pets or animals would be very good if your children has if your child or if your children have anxiety. Getting pets, getting some type of a cuddly animal would be very good as like a form of therapy for your children, if they have anxiety or if they have like if they have trouble connecting with their environment. So that could be, autism and things like that. But I do feel that it would be very good for you to get them pets, okay? I know it's a lot of responsibilities and you're not sure if this can be accomplished, but I definitely see some concerns regarding children, and especially in your dream state too. I do feel like a very strong soul connection, and also like a lot of you might also be wanting to have children as well. I'm also getting the message that it's like praying for pregnancy, praying for pregnancy coming through with this spread here. So in terms of your advice, let's go through this very quickly. We have here the Ten of Pentacles, the World, and the Six of Swords. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is a card about financial abundance. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're not going to have to be so concerned about money. And I feel like money was a running, and at this point, things are going really, really well for you. And you are as well going to be able to get a lot of help from your family members. Like I said earlier, family members might ask for help, or you might be the one to ask for help from family members. I do feel a lot of you have very generous parents, especially father figures, that can be able to help you greatly on the financial front. He can also help you on the work front, like networking, meeting social contacts, introducing you to the right people that can boost your resume or that can accept you in terms of jobs, okay? So I feel like you are hesitant about asking for help, but if you are struggling, if you are, if you are looking for a job, just, casually say, if you can name drop them, casually ask if you can name drop somebody in your family in an interview in order to land a job. I don't recommend it, but I feel like if you're in a situation, family members, name dropping a couple family members, I feel might be helpful for you in landing that job. So either way, we have the generational wealth situation here, where there is some type of an event where family members are all coming together. So I definitely feel that sense of family loyalty. Sometimes family members can be very difficult to deal with because they're some of the most karmic relationships that we have. I feel for a lot of you, you have closed some doors on some family members that might have been very toxic, or you have lived far away from family members. And I feel like this is the month in which everyone comes back together. There's reunion when it comes to like children, family members. There's like, I feel like more of a mom and dad vibe with this Queen and the King of Cups. I feel the Hierophant indicates, tradition, getting back to some type of a tradition, family reunions. And one of the things that I'm inclined to say is that a lot of the times, we travel into the world. We have the World card here. This is a card about travel, expansion, philosophical like expansion, but also like religious philosophical expansion, seeking higher knowledge, expanding our knowledge base. Okay, a lot of the times, Geminis, you are like the jack of all trades. You have a lot of just areas of expertise. You are very progressive in the way that you think. And I honestly feel like there's that element here of feeling very stifled by your family members because a lot of you might feel as if the family members might have resided in a town and they might have been there for many generations. So you feel like I have to break out of it. And I feel like this is the month in which you are starting to realize, and it goes both ways. So I feel like one ways in which it can play out is that you are realizing that, family baggage, family cultural traditions and things like that have really held you back and have really like, really, I guess, like stunted the way that you look at the world. Okay. The other way that I'm sensing here is that you are overcoming a lot of differences within the family unit. So that means to me a lot of reconciliation happening with the family members. And I see some major event happening this month that is bringing everybody back together. So there's that sense of reverting back to a familiar state of being. There's that sense of reconciliation. There's that sense of coming together, letting go of our differences and just coming together for this one major event where everyone takes care of one another. So that sense of familial love is definitely returning for a lot of you. You might have gone off into the world, you might have traveled, expanded, um, and then you realize that, and just, your life could be just going just totally fine. But I feel like once in a while, getting back in touch with your roots, you're starting to realize that, okay, it's really important for me to know and understand where I come from, so that I know which direction I want to go. So I feel like smoothing over, this is once again transitioning from a place with very choppy water into a safer haven. Okay, so I feel like for a lot of you, the whatever disparities in ideology, philosophical beliefs, political, religious stance that you have with family members, they're being smoothed over. What I'm also sensing is, by getting back to your roots, by spending time with your family members, you are going to get some spiritual guidance about where you need to be. I feel that message coming in for a lot of you because Geminis, you are the jack of all trade. And a lot of the times, you scatter your energy because you're trying to find, there's so many things that you're good at and so many things that you're interested in. And, your eyes dart from one thing to the next. And you feel almost like, what is my purpose? A lot of you are asking this question, I want to expand. These are all the things that I want to do, but what is my purpose? What is my goal here? And I feel like if you're trying to find that spiritual, reason for living, or if you're trying to find what is like my spiritual path, getting back to the family unit is going to provide some really good insights for you, because we don't know where we're supposed to be unless we know where we come from, okay? So that is a bit of a cliche message, but I feel like that's what it's telling me, and that's the overwhelming, message that I feel is going to hopefully resonate with a lot of you. I feel that in the past there was this constant need to escape the family unit because it was restrictive. It was potentially filled with a lot of people with really harsh criticism, with a lot of opinions. I feel like a lot of you come from a very opinionated family, where everyone had to give in their 2 cents. Everyone knows everybody else's business. It could even be a small town where everyone knows one another and, everyone gossip. So, there was this overwhelming need in your 20s and 30s to just get out of Dodge and start your life and come home for the holidays, but that's it. So I feel like for a lot of you there's this need to like return to the nest. And I feel some major family events, and it could just be your birthday, where all your family, your entire family unit is shifting from where they are to come visit you where you are. And I feel like it's going to be a very positive experience if you let it become a positive experience. So don't cross it off your list. Don't knock it until it happens. Okay, so don't put a damper on it, because I feel like it's a very great spiritual lesson. It is also it's going to provide you with some really good insights about what you need to do in order to advance forward, either in your career or in your, the next phase in your life, where you want to go, where you want to live. So that's going to be very important as well. I feel for a lot of you, and this message specifically is going to resonate with, a few people. I feel like a very small minority, maybe just one person. But a lot of you I feel, are kind of torn. You're either thinking about a helping profession. So I feel like that might be social work. That might be substance abuse counselor. That might just be working in physical therapy for some of you. and then you get sidetracked and you're in more of an institutional capacity where, you might own a restaurant, you might own like some type of a shopping mall, and you're making a lot of money. You're like really, on top of the game. You're in a position of authority. And then you realize that you go back to your family members and they tell you, do some work that is meaningful. You don't have to make money. We don't need money, but do work that is meaningful for you. So I feel like a lot of you might do a 180 when it comes to your career track based on something that, the elders are telling you, parents, or based on going back to visit the community that you grew up in or you grew up with. I feel that it's going to spark some passion in you regarding being of service to others and pursuing a career path that can allow you to serve others. Okay, so I hope that message resonates with you because I feel like it needed to be said. Okay, so Geminis, I hope the reading has been helpful. It's very specific this month. I don't know why. It's just very, very specific. All right, so we are going to go into your love reading. And as I was telling the other signs, I am going to start reading reversals with this deck, mainly because I am getting comfortable with it. And then I did it for 3 signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Sagittarius, I believe, last month. And I'm getting used to it. And I feel like it does make it easier for me to read. So I could do 5, 7, or 9 cards depending on what comes out, okay? So let's see what's in store for Geminis for love and romance. Going to get some cards to clarify the 3 of Swords here first. Okay, so first off, some of you newly single people, I feel that you have gotten over a heartache, okay? So you have overcome it. You are now in a position where you are healing. You're looking forward to your future. I do feel that in the past, what really caused the pain and the anguish was there was definitely a third party involved here. There was a lot of gossip as well associated with this situation. And I feel like for a lot of you, you trusted your partner. You trusted that person that you were with. So despite all the gossip that was coming in, you're just like, no, no, that person is not like that. I'm sure of it. I don't believe you. And I feel like your intuition was guiding you, but you didn't heed the advice. So I feel like a lot of the times we see the best in the people that we're with. It's not until, the breakup happens and a little bit of distance and objectivity that occurs as a result of, not seeing the other person, that we start to see them in their true colors. So I feel like that's what's happening right now. This is like a major revelation, and I feel like it might have happened during that Mercury in retrograde. So this is something that that insight, like, and also the wisdom with the hindsight is coming through, and you're starting to see the situation for what it is. For a lot of you, it was like a clean break where you sever ties and the other person is like still contacting you, wondering what happened. And I feel like you don't want to give them the satisfaction of knowing exactly why you left, okay? So this is it's a little bit of a troublesome energy, and I don't like it crowning your reading, but I do feel that you're moving on from it. You're seeing this situation for what it is, and I feel that you're okay with moving on. So I don't see exes coming back for you guys, which is good, because I don't like to see that, especially when I feel like a lot of you, even with exes contacting you, especially for your birthday, trying to weasel their way in, you see past it and you're not going to be fooled. So I don't see you guys going back to exes, okay? In terms of the center of the spread, we have here the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is a situation where, once again, I feel almost like a lot of you are in like putting yourself out there and you're going on dates. But I do feel that you're meeting people that are interested. I feel that you're meeting people who are very self-interested. Okay, they might be like so they might be very, very status conscious. They might be in a position where they're attached to another person. So I don't sense that you're going to be, happy seeing them. I don't feel that you're going to like I feel like if they keep bragging about how much money they make and how much resources they have is a major turnoff for you. And I feel like that's the energy that you're attracting. I feel that for a lot of you, your finances looks very successful. It looks very good to me, your financial situation actually. So I feel like you are attracting people who are very ambitious and are financially oriented as well. But that's what they keep harping on. That's what over and over and over again they keep harping on. And it's getting to the point where you're not really okay with that anymore. What I'm also sensing is for those of you who have just recently separated as well, I feel earth sign coming in quite strongly. So the earth sign is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You might have been married to this person. There is a situation where you are not completely extracted. So I feel like you're not making progress and strides on the dating front, mainly because you're still financially linked up with that earth sign, okay? So this is the Ten of Pentacles, which is the generational wealth card. So there might be like assets, housing situation, custody, financial assets as well. When you're dealing with an earth sign, there might be lengthy custody battles. There might be like a very lengthy court process that's preventing you from cleanly sever ties with the other person. The romance is definitely dead in the relationship, but I feel like financial considerations are still heavily like hanging in the balance. There's still negotiations. One person is being quite selfish, honestly. So I feel like it's still a major, major blockage for you to truly get out on the dating scene, because when people ask you like, are you married or are you single, you don't know what to say and you don't want to lie. So you don't know what to say. So I feel like for a lot of you, not only are you, not ready yet, but I feel like you don't want you don't want to have to explain, because I feel like for a lot of you, you don't know when the situation is going to be over, or like when it's going to end, when the court case will be finalized. Okay, so I feel like you don't want to mislead people and you don't want to tell them like, oh, I'm married or I'm not. So that might be a source of contention as well. What I'm also feeling is if you are wedging yourself in between, like a couple, it's not going to work out. You're not going to have success here, okay? This is a card about success. If you are involved with somebody who is looking elsewhere and who is devoting all his time, all his resources elsewhere and not looking at you, because this is what it looks like to me. You are constantly pursuing this person, but they are tied up with another relationship, okay? So if you're doing that, I don't feel you're going to have much success. So it's better to cut your losses, because I feel like there's like third party energy. So, keep that in mind, okay? For those of you who are stable in a committed relationship, what I'm sensing is if you're in a stable relationship with an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I feel like the person is very, very, there might have been like there might be some family issues interfering with the relationship, in-laws popping by unannounced. You might not get along with their family, and it's really important, it's okay for us not to like each other's families, but we have to be delicate about how we talk to our spouse about their family members, or how they talk to us about our family members, because regardless, with everybody, they see family members as an extension of themselves. So I feel like even though they bash their family members, it's not okay for an outsider to do that. And this is something that a lot of couples get confused about. They see their spouse like bashing a family member and they think it's okay to do that because, but it's not okay. So try to remain very impartial and to remain very discreet about how you feel about in-laws. I feel like that's one of the major source of contention within married couples or stable coupled relationships, okay? So I feel like that might be a situation coming through where family members might be asking for financial assistance coming through from you or your partner. And I feel like it's causing some type of strain within the relationship. Aside from that, I definitely feel that when it comes to like couple relationships, we do have here the Page of Cups. So this is a need for us to do some more romantic gestures in our relationship. Somebody is demanding more romance, more like more fun, more leisure activity, possibly even travel with their significant other. And I feel like the other person, I feel like you all, like both sides might want this, but the financial situation might not allow you to do that, like take that trip or even like do more recreational activities. There are other ways to do that. So, be creative and be resourceful about trying to carve some time out to do fun activities and be resourceful and practical about the types of fun activities that you do so that it doesn't drain your budget, okay? Now, in terms of, for those of you who have dealt with a relationship partner that you've invested a lot of time in, and this is something that recently happened, I feel for a lot of you, there might be some type of a, let me just put it this way because I want to explain it like this. So you have the Five of Cups, which is like mourning a death of a family member. And then you have the Emperor. So that is somebody that has crossed over to the other side. So I feel like for a lot of you, there might have been, and this is something that happened already because it's in the reversed, okay? So there might have been a death in the family that brought the family unit closer together. And I feel like for a lot of you in a couple relationship who are dealing with this, I feel like one partner is actually very withdrawn. The partner that's dealing with the loss is very withdrawn. And then the other person is like demanding more attention, more affection, and it's not coming through. So I definitely see some challenging aspects for coupled people that have recently dealt with a loss, and coupled people that are trying to shuffle their finances in order to like do some recreational fun travel, etc. And I do sense as well that it's really important for you couple to reconnect with your relationship partner, okay? If you're in a couple with somebody that is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, I feel that they might be interested in you. They need more affection. They need more love. They need a little bit more nurturing and attention. So they might be crying out for that. And you might tell them, but, I'm busy with this. I'm busy with, finances. I'm busy getting everything in order. So it's causing a little bit of discord, okay? Now, in terms of singles, I feel that you're in a very good position. And I do sense as well that for a lot of you, you might be you've got your eyes, I feel, on an authority figure. So this can be an earth sign. This is somebody that is older. So I feel like for Geminis, you have your eyes on somebody that is older. And I feel like that person might be attached. I feel like that person has some type of attachment. Either they're separated but not divorced because of financial issues. They have joint assets with another person, or they might be living with the other person. So there's some type of weird energy here where they're separated but not really. So it's like they're keeping up appearances, and I feel like you want them to just deal with you directly, but I feel there's some evasiveness coming in from their end. I feel that for a lot of you, you have recently gotten out of a relationship and you're looking for something new. So there's definitely a lot of opportunities for socializing and things like that. I definitely feel a lot of opportunities as well to have a new relationship partner. Going back to what I mentioned earlier, there is somebody that you feel you are very karmically connected to, but I do sense that they are very concerned about their status, their position, their title, okay? And I feel like for a lot of you, it might be somebody older. So what I'm feeling is, okay, so honestly, I feel like if you are a female Gemini, It might be somebody, if you are dating males, it might be somebody who is older, okay? So the male that you're dating, you're interested in, that you feel that strong kindred connection with, is older. And if you are dating females, if you're interested in females, I feel that the females might be a lot younger than you. That's what I'm sensing. Huge age difference. One person is in a position of authority, and one person is very cautious about what they do because they're very status conscious and they don't want to be. I feel like the age difference is really hard to bridge, mainly because they want to be seen as somebody who is like in a position of power. So there's some power dynamics going on in the relationship, and I feel that strong soul connection, but you're not able to get together because of it. So I feel as if, Geminis, it's important for you. So you can be interested in the younger person, or you can be interested in the older person. But I feel like there is a power dynamic. It could even be your supervisor. There's a power dynamic that's preventing you from coming together. And it's saying here that keep at, I don't like, possibly towards like when we transition from Gemini to Cancer, so that for you, and the blockages will clear up. But I definitely feel somebody is like concerned about their status, their position, so they're not implementing anything new. For those of you who have your eyes on an authority figure, or who are dating, who are in a position of authority and dating somebody significantly younger, okay? So that is what I'm seeing for you, Geminis. I wish you all the best. For those of you dealing with a recent loss, I'm very sorry, and I hope that you can overcome it, and that the family is okay. All right, so check in on your family members as well. And sometimes it's best to reach out to our family members in times of need. Okay. If you like a private reading, please visit my website where you can book an appointment for yourself. And I believe I'm booked until the middle, or when this video is published. I'm usually booked like a month in advance. Okay, so if you'd like a reading with me, just schedule early on. I wish you all the best. Take care of yourself, okay, Geminis? Have a good night. Bye-bye.